Hello there monsters and men, ladies and people, and welcome to Recharging and welcome to another range test, and this time with the MG Marvel R. The MG Marvel R has a 65 kWh battery pack and a WLTP range of 402 kilometers. And for this car in particular, I am very curious what the real world range is, and that has two reasons. Reason number one, as standard, this car has a heat pump. It is now winter, 4 to 5 degrees, so it is pretty cold. And a heat pump should help with efficiency. And second, just like a Porsche Taycan, this car has a 2-speed gearbox. So at a higher speed, at around 85 kilometers an hour, the car does shift to its second gear, and that should also help with efficiency. You know the drill, I will do one test at 90 kilometers per hour to simulate those mixed driving conditions, and one test at 130 kilometers an hour. The car is charged to almost 100%, so let's go. Alright, time for the first update, because I have used 10% state of charge, and on those 10% I have driven 35 kilometers. So 10% times 10 is 100, 35 times 10 is 350 kilometers of range in these conditions. The consumption is 18.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, but it is still dropping. And it is not exceptionally low. Keep in mind, this is a big car. But it is a okay consumption, 18.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So I will just keep on cruising, doing 93 on the speedometer, doing 90 GPS speed. So let's just cruise, relax, listen some music, and you will see me in the next update. Okay, so I am driving towards the east, and when I started the test it was 5 degrees, and currently the car says it is 0 degrees. So yeah. It is getting colder. I've used 25% state of charge, and on those 25% at the moment I have driven 90 kilometers. So 25, 90 times 4, 360 kilometers. Not bad actually, not bad. The consumption settled down to 18.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and it's actually very stable for a long time. So 18.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So the range is probably more than 350 kilometers, but we keep on cruising. Maybe if we go, maybe the second half the state of charge goes faster. Sometimes that happens, but we will see. Alright, the last update before I go to the charger. The state of charge right now is 34%. So I have used 66% and I have driven 234 kilometers on the 66%. So the estimated range right now is a bit less than 360 kilometers, around between 350 and 360. So not bad at all. Consumption still 18.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Alright, I am charging up for the 130 kilometers per hour test, but first the result of the 90 kilometers per hour test. I started the test with 99% state of charge, and I arrived here at the charger with 30%. So that means I've used 69%. On those 69% I have driven 246.6 kilometers. So if I do the calculation, you can drive on one state of charge 357 kilometers. 357. Keep in mind, during the whole test it was between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius outside. So yes, pretty cold. It is winter, but again, in this weather, 357 kilometers. The WLTP range of this car is 402 kilometers. So in summer, I do think you can make that. In summer, I do think you can do 400 kilometers or more. So very good, MG, very good. The average consumption during this test was 18.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And I gotta admit, I have a bit of mixed feelings about that number, because yes, it is a good consumption because it is cold, but the MEB platform cars can get the same consumption and they don't have a 2-speed gearbox. I expected more from the 2-speed gearbox. I want to know what the effect is of the 2-speed gearbox, and since I cannot test this car without one, this is what I have to deal with. Again, it is a good consumption, but in my mind I was hoping for a bit better because of that 2-speed gearbox. But anyway, that's it. It's time for the 130 kilometers per hour test. Okay, so I was busy with the 130 kilometers per hour test, and then I realized I made a mistake because I left the battery heater on, which can consume some energy, and I didn't want it to influence the range while doing 130 kilometers an hour. So I had to charge up again, and now I'm going for the second run of the 130 kilometers per hour test. So power! Am I 130 yet? No, not yet. There is a car doing 130 here on my side. And turn on the freaking cruise control, and there we go. My second attempt at a 130 kilometers per hour test. Lucky for me, this is a real comfortable and quiet car to travel in, and you will see the results. So I thought I was making a mistake while doing the 130 kilometers per hour test because the battery heater was still on, and that can influence efficiency in a bad way. So I redid the test. So with the correct test, I started the test at 65% and I arrived here at the charger with 10%. So that means I've used 55% state of charge. On those 55%, I have driven 112.5 kilometers. So if I do the calculation, the range while doing 130 kilometers per hour, keep in mind it is still between 0 and 5 degrees, is only 205 kilometers. 205, that is disappointing. And there is something strange going on because, well, the consumption in the correct run was 30.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But again, there's something strange going on because when I did the incorrect run with the battery heater still on, the consumption was lower. And if I did the calculation in between, I came to a range of around 240 kilometers. And this one is 205. So I don't really know where the difference is, or that I maybe have seen it wrong the first test, but I have a clip of me bringing a status update on the first 130 kilometers per hour run. And what is strange is that the consumption in that run is the same, but according to the kilometers driven and the battery percentage used, the range on that run should have been around 240 kilometers. Again, I don't know where the difference comes from, but a 240 kilometer range is acceptable. 205 kilometers is disappointing. Anyway, here's the clip. But anyway, I have used 25% state of charge, and on those 25% I have driven around 60 kilometers. So real world range while driving 130 kilometers an hour, 240 kilometers. Average consumption is 30.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. This is the fact. The second run, 205 kilometers, and I gotta say, that is disappointing. Yes, this is a big SUV, and yes, this is not the most aerodynamic shaped car, but still 30.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And keep in mind, we have the gearbox, and that should give me a lower consumption. So yeah, again, tiny bit disappointing. Of course, in summer you get more. In summer you can probably get 250, maybe 240 to 270. Depends on the weather and stuff. So anyway, that is the fact. That are the ranges of the MG Marvel R. You know the drill. Please leave a like. Leave a like? No. Please give a like and leave a comment. And it would be awesome if you subscribed. And then I would like to say now thank you a lot for watching. And as always, to be continued.